Hello dear students, I am going to continue the first part. We are already done with plain X-ray abdomen, barium study and KUP. Now we are moving on to the next part. In this we are going to study pylography, or it is also called as urography. As the name is suggesting, this is nothing but the radiological study of urinary tract. So these are the basics of urinary tract. It contains kidney, right kidney, left kidney. This is ureter, and both the ureters, they are opening into the urinary bladder. And then there is urethra. So this is the basic anatomy or gross anatomy of urinary system. When we are going to study this gross anatomy with the help of radiological study, that is called as pylography. And the radiograph, the film which will be obtained, that is called as pylogram. So pylography or urography, it is of two types. The first one is intravenous. Here a dye is being injected intravenously, that is why this is called as intravenous. Descending excretory pylography. Another one is retrograde instrumental or ascending pylography. Here a dye is being injected with the help of a catheter or with the help of an instrument. That is why it is called as instrumental pylography. So first we are going to discuss intravenous pylography. So a dye which is being injected here, that is urographin or Conray 420, Conray 280. All of these above dye, they contain iodine compounds. So that they are selectively excreted by the kidney. Here a dye is being injected intravenously. We already know which dyes are being used. That is urographin or Conray. They are being injected, and after that, once this dye is being injected, they will be excreted by the kidneys. After 15 or 30 minutes, the films will be, skygrams will be taken. And the skygrams or IVP, which can be seen here, you can see the dye. Okay. So what all can be seen? We can see the anatomical structure. Also, we can assess the functional assessment or functional status of the kidney. But here I would like to focus mainly on anatomical structures which can be seen. Here we can see minor calyces. These are minor calyces. Okay. These are minor calyces. So this one is, these are minor calyces. Okay. These are all minor calyces. Then these are renal pelvis. So first we have seen calyces, and then we are visualizing pelvis. This hole, this one is ureter. And this ureter is opening into urinary bladder. So we are able to visualize all these structures in IVP. Okay, so we are able to visualize all these structures in IVP. Next, again here you can see calyces, pelvis, ureter, which is opening into urinary bladder. Okay. Now if any pathology is there, here we are able to visualize a stone. This is a ureteric stone. Okay, and these are stones which are present in the pelvis part of the kidney. They are also called as staghorn stones. Okay, so they are present in the pelvis. This is a normal pelvis, and here you can see a very large stone which is present in the renal pelvis. To study these pathologies of the urinary tract, basically you should know the normal pyelographs, then only you are able to detect or diagnose other pathological conditions, out of which stones are the most common one. Then again you can visualize a large calculus. A large calculus can be seen, a stone can be seen. Because of this, you can see also obstruction in the passage. You can also visualize obstruction in the passage. Then what we have studied about next type of pylography, that is retrograde urography, or they are also called as instrumental pylography or ascending pylography. Here we can visualize the catheter through which a dye is being injected, and we can visualize pelvis, we can visualize this minor calyces, pelvis, and this ureter. So how you are going to differentiate IVP from retrograde urography? In retrograde urography, you will be able to visualize the catheter by which a dye is being injected. Fine. Now we are moving on to the next study, that is called as hysterosalpingography. This is a radiological study by which uterus and uterine tubes are studied. So this one is the uterus. I hope you remember a little bit about the uterus, gross anatomy of uterus. So this one is uterus and these are fallopian tubes. Okay. This is uterine cavity. Inner os, external os. Cervix, this portion is called as vagina. So study of uterus and uterine tubes, and to study their patency, that is called as hysterosalpingography. Here also a radio-opaque dye is being given with the help of cannula. This is the cannula through which a radio-opaque dye is being given. The name of the dye is Lipodol. Okay, it contains iodinized oil. And it is injected through cannula into the internal os. And from there, this enters into uterus. This enters into uterine cavity. Okay, this enters into the uterine cavity, and these are the tubes. These are the uterine tubes. So, when there is a spill of dye, this is a spill of dye. That is, the dye is coming out through the uterine tubes. That means that uterine tubes, they are patent or they are fully functional. Okay. So this study, that is hysterosalpingography, this is done to determine patency of the uterine tubes, particularly or especially in case of sterility. And also we can diagnose different female genital tract anomalies. Right? So we can, mainly this is done for to visualize the patency of the tube. In case if the tubes are not normal, or if there is any obstruction in these tubes, okay, so this dye is not going to spill. It will stop here only where the obstruction is present. Okay. So this was in short about radiology of abdomen. I hope you have enjoyed studying this practical class also in the form of theoretical. Now once you're going to come for the classes, for the practical classes, we are going to show you all these x-rays, but there we are going to expect that you're going to study and come. Okay, is that clear to all of you? Thank you for all your patience and listening. Thank you so much.